evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Meredith Cooney, and I am the president of the senior class. I would like to welcome you to the commencement ceremony of the Apponequet class of 2014. Please stand for the national anthem. After the national anthem, please remain standing to observe a moment of silence. During that moment, I ask that you consider all of the men and women who have proudly served, as well as those who are currently serving our country. I also ask that you remember those who are dear to us, in particular, our classmate, Brandon Viola.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
4 different schedules, 3 different principals, too many memories, and 1 class. The Apponequet class of 2014. These past 4 years have involved some of the most memorable and influential moments of our lives. Since freshman year, we have all been counting down the days, minutes, and seconds until this one would arrive. And today, it is finally here. And our feelings are mixed. We are filled with joy and anticipation as we are about to graduate and begin the next stages of our lives. But we also have feelings of nostalgia. Apponequet has given us the foundation for our futures. It has been our region of comfort, security, and happiness for so long, and today we are stepping out of it. I do not think that any one of us could have predicted the impact Apponequet would have on us. All 214 of us deserve to be sitting here today. We all play a special part in this class. From our athletes to our mathletes, and from our top 10 to our exchange students, we are all so different but make our class that much more unique. I truly believe that any student, staff member, or friend could say any one of your names, and I would be able to share a funny story about you or of our friendship. And that is something that I love about our class. Our class is known for giving it all that we have, whether it was on this field, a Decker roleplay table, the stage, or in the classroom. We are determined and we have always succeeded. And I have very high expectations for where our class will go in the future. With so much going on these past weeks, months, and years leading up to now, I want you all to have a moment to take it all in. Take one last long look around, because this is the last time we will ever be gathered together in one place as the class of 2014. Recollect all your memories spent with each other, and promise to never forget the great friends and fellow Lakers whom Apponequet has given to you. We will always have memories of our years spent here at Apponequet. Whether it's going to the football games in the freezing cold with your best friends and chanting, "I believe that we will win," being after school to work on the set of the play, staying in the cafeteria every day until after the bell rings, or going to Rose's room in AO just to hang out. There will be something that we will all miss. Apponequet is the reason why we are all here today. And I don't think that any one of us could have done it without our grandparents, brothers, sisters, teachers, coaches, or anyone else who is there to support us through the blood, sweat, tears, and accomplishments of high school. Thank you. But the biggest thank you especially to our parents and guardians for being our biggest fans since the 1st grade. They are the ones who picked us up from every practice, game, and school event before we got our licenses, the ones who took our picture before leaving on the first day of school each year, and the ones who have been looking forward to this day just as much as we have. We'd all like to take this moment to thank you. Seniors, please join with me in thanking our parents and guardians for their love, support, and guidance. To everyone else, we are just another class. But not everyone shares the special bond that we all do. We have been and always will be there for one another. Once a Laker, always a Laker. I love you all, congratulations, and good luck. At this time, I wish to formally recognize and applaud the efforts of the Apponequet Band and Choir, led by Mr. Edward Ledwith and Mr. Dennis Robinson. Would you please join with me in applauding these students for their time, effort, and participation in our graduation ceremony today? The senior choir members will now be providing a rendition of Gone, Gone, Gone.
I just wanted to briefly announce that this senior selection was arranged and will be conducted by Jenna Kendall, class of 2014.
When life leaves you high and dry, I'll be at your door tonight if you need help. If you need help, I'll shut down the city lights. I'll lie, cheat, I'll beg and bribe to make you well. To make you well. When enemies are at your door, I'll carry you away from war if you need help. If you need help. Your hope dangling by a string, I'll share in your suffering to make you well. To make you well.
Give me reasons to believe that you would do the same for me.
And I would do it for you. For you. Baby, I'm not moving on. I'll love you long after you're gone. For you. For you. You will never sleep alone. I'll love you long after you're gone. And long after you're gone, gone, gone. When you fall like a statue, I'm gonna be there to catch you, put you on your feet, you on your feet. And if your well is empty, not a thing will prevent me. Tell me what you need, what do you need?
I surrender honestly. You've always done the same for me.
So I would do it for you, for you. Baby, I'm not moving on. I'll love you long after you're gone. For you, for you. You will never sleep alone. I'll love you long after you're gone. And long after you're gone, gone, gone. You're my backbone, my cornerstone. You're my crutch when my leg stops moving. You're my head start, my rugged heart. You're the pulse that I've always needed.
Like a drum, baby, don't stop beating. Like a drum, baby, don't stop beating. Like a drum, baby, don't stop beating.
Oh, like a drum, my heart never stops. For you, for you. Baby, I'm not moving on. I'll love you long after you're gone. For you, for you. You will never sleep alone. I'll love you long after you're gone. And long after you're gone, gone, gone. Like a drum, baby, don't stop beating.
Like a drum, baby, don't stop beating.
Like a drum, baby, don't stop beating. Like a drum, my heart never stops beating for you. I'll love you long after you're gone, gone, gone.
I think those final steps leading up to getting our diplomas often receive a lot of hype, because they are, both literally and symbolically, the very last steps we take as high school students. As we walk up here, we'll worry about whether our names will be pronounced correctly. We'll worry about tripping on our gowns in front of everyone. We'll panic as we forget which hand is supposed to take the diploma and which is supposed to shake the hand of the person giving it to us. Our friends and families will take a million pictures of us as we walk up here, hopefully not of us falling on our faces. We put a lot of focus on these last few steps. And then, after we get our diplomas, then what?
We don't typically think about the steps we'll take after receiving our diplomas, but those are the steps that matter, because it is in that moment, as we're walking back to our seats, diplomas in hand, that our futures begin. The attitudes that we carry with us as we take these first few steps truly do set the stage for the rest of our lives. So, class of 2014, when each one of you is in that moment, make a promise to yourself. Promise yourself that, no matter where your life takes you, you're going to be the best person you can possibly be. Promise that you're going to figure out what it is that you love to do, and that you're never going to stop wanting to get better at doing it. Promise to surround yourself with people who are wiser and more talented and more experienced than you, and to learn from them. Promise to work hard. Promise to put all of your effort into everything you do. You owe yourself that. Most importantly, promise to never give up on yourself and your abilities. It's not going to be easy, but it's going to be rewarding. You will see success if you promise yourself that you're going to succeed. So make that promise. The only direction in which you can move after that is forward. Thank you.
Apponequet, fair Apponequet, our hearts are all hail to thee. We'll ever guard thy honor, and bright shall thy triumphs be. Apponequet, fair Apponequet, all hail to the white and blue. To knowledge, friendship, and industry, ever loyal, ever true.
Please welcome Megan Patrick, class of 2014 salutatorian.
When it comes to graduation, I know what you're thinking. Another speech? How much longer do we have to sit here until we get our diplomas? So, instead of making a long, inspiring speech, do you guys mind if I just take a photo instead? I can't exactly post it directly on Instagram or tag you all on Facebook, but I'll be able to keep the snapshot forever and remember this moment. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, smile! Beautiful. This is a Polaroid camera with instant film. But how is that possible? Polaroid stopped producing film years ago. Well, in 2010, a team of 10 passionate scientists saved analog instant photography from extinction by reinventing and producing new film. Due to the fact that the original Polaroid color dyes are no longer available anywhere, and that there's no way of reproducing them, the team had to start over from scratch. A feat that, at the time, seemed impossible. In fact, they named their mission the Impossible Project. After thousands of experiments and countless hours in the lab, they finally made their dream come true. And today, I'm standing here before you with an Impossible Project photograph developing in my hand. So, what does this have to do with us graduating? I know you're probably much more concerned with your own life than a bunch of chemists in the Netherlands. Well, just like this photo, our time at Apponequet was just a brief snapshot in our lives. For a moment, we were all here together with an entire world of opportunities waiting ahead of us. Over the last 4 years, we developed our minds, our friendships, and our characters. We overcame our negative situations, and we focused on a positive outcome. It certainly went by in a flash. Yet, we created an image, a memory each of us can never forget. We all may have seen the same sights every day, yet we each have our own personal picture of what high school really was. No one can ever change that image of Apponequet we developed these past 4 years. It was taken from our own perspective and represents all the things we cared about while we were here. And as we move on in life, we'll carry this photo in our pocket. Yes, the colors may fade and the names might blur a bit, but the overall meaning of that snapshot will last a lifetime. And I know each and every one of you will go out in the world and make all of your dreams, however impossible they might seem, come true. So let's go forth in the world and make a difference. Let's do the impossible. But first, let me take a selfie. Thank you.
Thank you, Megan. Please welcome Kayla Chernecki, winner of the 2014 Charge to the Graduates competition.
Good evening. Class of 2014. We've learned so much about life and ourselves in these past 4 years of high school. Yet, there's still so much more to learn. And what's so great about this day, our graduation day, is that it's the start of a new chapter in our lives, in which we will enter the real world and experience so much more. Some of us know what we want, and others are still struggling to find their places in the world. But that's okay, because even when you stumble, you're still moving forward. Don't be discouraged by regrets and mistakes. A mistake can only hurt you if you don't learn from it. Life is too short to do things that you're not passionate about. Everything you do, you should put your heart and soul into. Make every minute of your life count and make every moment a memory you can look back on and be fond of. Be someone that you'd like to meet. Be there for those who need you, and don't be afraid to accept help when you need it. The most magnificent thing about life has to be the relationships you form along the way. Cherish these relationships and appreciate every great person you meet, because he or she will touch your life in a positive way, and that is truly something to be thankful for. Unfortunately, as we all know too well, these people come and go, and some leave us far too soon. But this doesn't make these relationships any less meaningful. Change is inevitable and should be embraced. As a class which has been together for so long, we all know the importance of friendship. We've watched each other grow up, we've been each other's shoulder to cry on, and we've had endless amounts of laughs and memories that I know we will remember and cherish for the rest of our lives. At the end of the day, we're a family. And as a member of this family, I would like you all to know that you have earned the privilege to be where you are right now. And I know that each and every one of you are capable of going out into the world and doing great things. Take your potential and use it to become the best person you can be. No matter what you do in life, be great. Leave your mark on the world. As Mark Twain once said, the two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. Get a job, start a family, be happy. Set goals and do your best to achieve them. Never settle for less than you deserve, because you all deserve the best things life has to offer. It has been a pleasure to be a part of this class, and I wish you all the best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Kayla. Please welcome the principal of Apponequet Regional High School, Dr. Barbara Starkey.
As principal of Apponequet Regional High School, I attest that these candidates for diploma have met all the requirements for graduation as prescribed by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and the Freetown-Lakeville Regional School District. Ladies and gentlemen, I present the class of 2014. Members of the school committee, town officials from Freetown and Lakeville, Dr. Nash, Dr. Dunning, staff members both past and present of the Freetown-Lakeville Regional School District, parents, guardians, friends, family, and community members, I welcome you. Members of the class of 2014, it is a pleasure to address you tonight. In today's connected world, filled with Facebook posts, Instagrams, tweets, Vines, texts, Snapchats, and the like, we spend an awful lot of time looking down, literally looking down, at cell phones and iPods and Kindles and so on. And while looking down, it is easy to forget who you are and quite literally where you are. So today, while you are powered down, I ask you to do as your class president, Meredith Cooney, requested. Simply look around. In this moment, think about yourselves. Think about who you are, young men and women on the verge of something tremendous. Think about where you are. You are on the grounds of Apponequet Regional High School, a place you've been coming for quite some time. You may have been here as youngsters, watching parents walk the track or playing behind the bleachers while your siblings participated in events or engaging in community recreation things yourself. Right now, you are quite specifically on Griffith Field, a place you've come more often and for a multitude of purposes. As grade students, you might have frolicked here for field day. As middle school students, you might have engaged in Pee Wee Olympics. As high school students, you gathered here more often. You came here to run that mile in phys ed. You came here as Lakers to engage in competition and in many cases, earn your way to tournament play. You came here as Lakers to learn that defeat happens and defeat is not a reason to not return. You arrived as spectators to cheer on your schoolmates, as participants in Laker Day to show your school spirit, as members of this class to take the annual bleacher photo and to practice for graduation. Let us also remember that you gathered on this field with 600 other people to remember your classmate Brandon. And today, you congregate here for one last time to bring your high school career to a close and to enter joyously the next phase of your life. This field is without a doubt a symbol. It represents your unity, your camaraderie, your resolve, and perhaps most importantly, your resilience. That's a word I know you know from the middle school. Thank you, Mr. Patota. This field represents your resilience to learn from defeat, to embrace your victories, to identify and understand your sorrow, and today in particular, a day to recognize your accomplishments. That same resilience has guided you to demonstrate ARHS's mission of achievement, rigor, honor, and success, while experiencing much in a very short period. As Meredith pointed out, 4 schedules, 3 principals, but you've also had 3 superintendents, 3 assistant principals, and wait for it, 50 new staff members in and out of Apponequet since your arrival. That's a lot of change, folks. In that short time, you undoubtedly faced a multitude of changes in your personal lives as well. All the while, you persevered, rose to the challenge, and earned your way to sit here today as soon-to-be graduates. Safe to say, members of the class of 2014, that the resilience you have built has prepared you well to adapt to any changes that will inevitably come your way. Have faith in your ability, call to mind this moment and this location, and know that you have the resilience and the power to be the successful person you are right now. Since you've all read Randy Pouch's book, last lecture, I shall close with his lines. The brick walls are there for a reason. The brick walls are not there to keep us out. The brick walls are there to give us a chance to show how badly we want something. The brick walls are there to stop the people who don't want it badly enough. They are there to stop the other people. You members of the class of 2014, you are not the other people. You will make it over any wall. That's all I got. At this time, I ask Assistant Principals, Dr. David Worthley and Mr. Benjamin Janowitz, as well as Class of 2014 advisors, Mrs. Kaylin Desert, Mrs. Michelle Pacelli, and Interim Superintendent Dr. Christine E. Nash and Assistant Superintendent Dr. Natalie Dunning, to come forward and form a receiving line. Please welcome Mrs. Diane Coulter, teacher at Assawamsett, to begin the presentation of diplomas. Meredith Anna Cooney. Please welcome Mr. Frank Rosa, teacher at Apponequet Regional High School. Jacqueline Monique Connor. Please welcome Mrs. Julie Mills, teacher at Apponequet Regional High School. Megan Maria Patrick. Please welcome Mr. David Goodfellow, Chairman, School Committee. Lindsay Marie Hopkins.
Please welcome Mrs. Megan Blell, teacher at George R. Austin Intermediate School. Jenna Lynn Christensen. Please welcome Mrs. Julie Mills. Amanda and Judith Dubois. Please welcome Mr. Paul Kudo, teacher at Freetown Lakeville Middle School. Sarah Caroline Kudo. Please welcome Mrs. Marie Hartley, teacher at Apponequet Regional High School. Nicole Megan Cochran. Jenny Elizabeth Rigo. Please welcome Miss Bonnie Ferreira, teacher at Apponequet Regional High School. Kay Elizabeth Dandria. Please welcome Mrs. Marie Hartley. Delaney Rose Santos. Please welcome Mr. Jeffrey Gallant, teacher at Apponequet Regional High School. Catherine Ann Forth. Please welcome Mr. Edward Ledwith, teacher at Apponequet Regional High School. Jenna Grace Kendall. Please welcome Mrs. Janet Tavares, teacher at Apponequet Regional High School. Kayla Elizabeth Chernecki. Please welcome Miss Christine Aubin, teacher at Apponequet Regional High School. Alexandra Marie Goodwin. Bernadette Jean Savoy. Alexandra Nicole Senra. Heather Michelle Silva. Please welcome Mrs. Laura Barnacote, teacher at Apponequet Regional High School. Margaret Grace Sechakasuma. Please welcome Mrs. Shelba Bavin, teacher at Apponequet Regional High School. Kylie Elizabeth Barroso. Andrew David Driscoll. Casey Rose Pelletier. Summer Rains Sod. Please welcome Miss Angel Boisvert, teacher at Apponequet Regional High School. Angela Hope Westgate. Rebecca Faith Westgate. Please welcome Mrs. Liesel Bork, teacher at Apponequet Regional High School. Melanie Gabrielle Nunes. Ariana Sierra Souza. Please welcome Mrs. Jennifer Braga, teacher at Apponequet Regional High School. George Edward Dufresne III. Rachel Catherine Emery. Carlos Rafael Figueroa. Evan Frank Goulart. Mary Kate Heffernan. Abigail Grace Lemieux. Brianna Marie McGillis. Cassandra Ann Moquin. Lindsay Neela Chavone.
Jamie Alicia Shinneman. Joseph Bernard Yetman. Please welcome Miss Ryan Brooks, former teacher at Apponequet Regional High School. Quentin Joseph Costa. Daniela Ann Fasano. Jason Tracy Lana. Please welcome Mrs. Amanda Brown, teacher at Apponequet Regional High School. Stephen Patrick Dwyer. Please welcome Mr. James Cabusio, athletic director at Apponequet Regional High School. Joshua Michael Fickert. Sally Elizabeth Green. Please welcome Mrs. Judy Cooney, teacher at Freetown Lakeville Middle School. Joanna Marie McNamara. Please welcome Mr. Paul Kucher, teacher at Freetown Lakeville Middle School. Colin James Sweeney. Please welcome Mrs. Cynthia Cuthbertson, teacher at Apponequet Regional High School. Jade Alexis Rodrigues. Please welcome Mr. Henry DeMello, teacher at Apponequet Regional High School. Rachel Adrian Cohen. Robert Nelson Farias. John Howland Macumber. Kayla Bree Medeiros. Rebecca Lynn Mello. Noah Thomas Slater. Aaron William Sylvia. Please welcome Mr. Kevin Dismaris, Freetown Town Official. Cody Richard Levine. Matthew Paul Magalhaes. Garrett James McNeil. Samson Crowninshield Perkins. Please welcome Mrs. Kaylin Desert, teacher at Apponequet Regional High School. Sage Alden Desert. Ross Nicholas Hutchins. Ashley Elizabeth Jenkins. Please welcome Mrs. Jane Estrella, teacher at Apponequet Regional High School. Hannah Rose Carter. Please welcome Miss Bonnie Ferreira. Derek Nicholas Azak. Lauren Elizabeth Boucher. Nicole Ann Brownell. Emma Riley Cabral. Weston George Cohen. Taylor Irene Cronin. Jessica Ann Darling. Christiana Marie Day. Cameron Joseph Dismaris. Gabriel Abram Elcori.
Austin Michael Ferreira. Connor Joseph Graysa. Wilton Francis Gray IV. Megan Erica Keefe. Courtney Jean Lino. Jacob Charles McCabe. Connor Leo McDonough. Jordan Alyssa Medeiros. Colleen Sarah Riley. Angela Christine Russo. Derek James Scalzi. Kelsey Elizabeth Vogt. Alec Joseph Wilson. Alexandra Elizabeth Wright. Please welcome Miss Lisa Foley, teacher at Apponequet Regional High School. Michael James Maloney. Please welcome Mrs. Shauna Fontaine, guidance counselor at Apponequet Regional High School. Andrew Robert Delarocco. Sean Daniel Laranger. Zoe May Pestana. Please welcome Mrs. Shelley Fournier, teacher at Freetown Elementary. Elizabeth Evelyn Fournier. Please welcome Miss Katie Furtado, teacher at Freetown Lakeville Middle School. Renee Catherine Roskowitz. Please welcome Mr. Jeffrey Gallant. Alexia Maria Andrews. Jessica Lynn Crispum. Matthew Robert Hackenda. April Suzanne Locke. Victor Edward Pina. Please welcome Mr. Justin Glenn, teacher at Apponequet Regional High School. Derek Thomas Clancy. Emma Catherine Liambruno. Bethany Lynn McMeekin. Please welcome Mrs. Bernadette Gray, teacher at Apponequet Regional High School. Kimberly Mary Kelfin. Please welcome Mrs. Marika Grossman, teacher at Apponequet Regional High School. Miranda Lynn White. Please welcome Mrs. Marie Hartley. Elizabeth Kate Murray. Danielle Anna Walker. Stephanie Rosemary Zielinski. Please welcome Mrs. Jeanette Haskins, teacher at Apponequet Regional High School. Larissa Rose Alves. Kennedy Elizabeth Peliquin. Please welcome Mrs. Beth Hubbard, teacher at Apponequet Regional High School. Caitlin Marie Burns.
Please welcome Mr. Robin Ireland, teacher at George R. Austin Intermediate School and coach. Megan Elizabeth Bielka. Taylor Nicole Ryan. Please welcome Mr. Benjamin Janowitz, assistant principal at Apponequet Regional High School. Michaela Elizabeth Grassa. Jacob Evan Schell. Please welcome Mrs. Tristan Jolly, guidance counselor at Freetown Lakeville Middle School. Jordan Lee Gamble. Please welcome Mrs. Sarah LeCompte, teacher at Apponequet Regional High School. Nina Marie Farias. Haley Elizabeth Valentino. Please welcome Mr. Edward Ledwith. Kenneth Edward Creasy III. Emily Ann Doors. Nico Fabian. Richard Joseph Oliver. Please welcome Mr. Peter Libatory, former teacher at Apponequet Regional High School. Corey Ray Pemberton. Please welcome Mr. Don Lopes, head custodian at Apponequet Regional High School. Mark Evan Harrison. Please welcome Mr. Alessandra Magalhaes, former school committee member. Brandon Alessandra Magalhaes. Please welcome Mrs. Susan Maltese, teacher at Apponequet Regional High School. Deanna Marie Farrell. Please welcome Miss Virginia Matos, teacher at Apponequet Regional High School. Alexis K. June Briggs. Please welcome Mrs. Julie Mills. Caitlin Lee Rio. Please welcome Mrs. Jessica Mata, teacher at Apponequet Regional High School. Olivia Ashley Madeira. Please welcome Mrs. Amanda Nardi, teacher at Apponequet Regional High School. Rachel Ann Dwyer. Please welcome Mr. David Nassif, teacher at Apponequet Regional High School. Zachary Paul Bernard. Gabrielle Francis Carboni. Cameron John Costa. Andrew Michael Fregault. Corey Michael Holmes. Corey Joseph Lewis. Please welcome Miss Julie Oakman, teacher at Apponequet Regional High School. Jenya Kim. Damon Joseph Ponce. Please welcome Mrs. Michelle Pacelli, teacher at Apponequet Regional High School. Ryan Richard King. James Ryan Truax. Please welcome Mr. David Patota, principal at Freetown Lakeville Middle School. William Raymond Jules Amon. Emily Catherine Erich. Brianne Noel Horton. Please welcome Mr. Russell Perry, retired teacher at Freetown Lakeville Middle School. Shauna Lynn Anderson. Kayla Rose Carlson. Samantha Lynn Goodfellow. Julia May Leahy.
Jenna Catherine Linus. Mackenzie J. McCooch. Robert James Rubicini. Alexandra Leah Smith. Kyle Mark Swainemer. Please welcome Mrs. Michelle Poirier, former teacher at Apponequet Regional High School. Caitlin Amanda Pavo. Caroline Amy Purse. Logan Christopher Roberts. Please welcome Miss Catherine Poulin, teacher at Apponequet Regional High School. Zachary Nicholas Baker. Please welcome Mr. Robert Powers, teacher at Apponequet Regional High School. Sarah Jessica Thomas. Please welcome Mr. James Rice, teacher at Apponequet Regional High School. Kayla Marie Andrade. Samantha Brooke Barry. Please welcome Mr. Frank Rosa. Nathan Forrest Kasani. Paul Richard Daniels. Thomas Jeffrey Knox. Kevin Patrick Wiswell. Please welcome Miss Caitlin Ross, teacher and coach at Apponequet Regional High School. Caitlin Marie Connor. Ashley Marie Figueredo. Jenna Lynn Labossiere. Elizabeth Ann Laranger. Alexandra May Noyes. Kara Elizabeth Storms. Please welcome Mr. Jonathan Stapleton, teacher at Apponequet Regional High School. Daniel James Larkin. Please welcome Miss Cynthia Stork, teacher at Assawamsett. Cody Joseph Vasconcelos. Please welcome Mr. Peter Sunnerson, teacher at Apponequet Regional High School. Joshua William Newhall. Please welcome Mrs. Janet Tavares. Caitlin Renee Bauer. Jacob John Bullock. Tyler Joseph Karen. Sam Thomas Curran. Christopher Michael Darling. Ryan Matthew Dunn. Christopher Michael Mello. Colby Michael Nielsen. Christopher Edson Prescott. Joshua Allen Scott. Eric Benton Sutherland.
Thomas Edward Violet. Trevor Joseph Vipon. Please welcome Miss Renee Vasquez, Guidance Counselor at Apponequet Regional High School. Amanda Jean Harbin. Olivia Grace Myers. Ryan Alexander Reyna. Please welcome Dr. David Worthley, Assistant Principal at Apponequet Regional High School. Samantha Isabella Baldinelli. Nicholas David Bechtel. Mackenzie Jean Brown. Nicholas William Johnston. Brian Joseph Kent. Please welcome Dr. Barbara Starkey, Principal at Apponequet Regional High School, to conclude the presentation of diplomas. Brandon Philip Catelier. Jackson Thomas Cody. Nathan Christopher Dressel. Jonathan James Frazier. Cody Matthew Gavin. Alexa Ray Hermano. Zachary Evan Kuntz. Adam James LaPlante. Claudette Longy. Jacob Thomas Lorero. Jason Scott McWilliam. Zachary William McLaughlin. Monique Marie Michaud. Jerry Theodore Miller, Jr. Matthew Peter Millman. Kyle Holland Mitchell. Matthew David Mora. Alexander Winston Bradford Siebert.
Ladies and gentlemen, the graduates of the class of 2014. Now, Dr. Starkey.
On Tuesday, June 3rd, 2014, Apponequet Regional High School proudly awarded $120,000 in academic and athletic scholarships. I ask that all scholarship recipients please stand for acknowledgement. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as we recess the class of 2014. Who are we?